This is Mayur. Welcome to ML Works. Today we'll be discussing about another text processing library called as Polyglot. And in this screen we can see we are currently using Google Colab for this exercise. And if you see in this cell, you can see like we have the steps for installation. First we are installing Polyglot, which has multiple dependencies. So we are including all the dependencies here, and then followed by we are downloading all the modules required for doing some of the exercise we want to do today. For instance, we'll be doing something called as embeddings related exercise. So we have installed embeddings based modules, transliteration, followed by morphology. Then there is something also called as sign or language detection. Okay, let's get started with that. Our today's video, what we'll do is first language detection. Next we'll do something called as word embedding. Third we'll talk about morphology. So next we'll talk about transliteration. Transliteration is different from translation, so we'll just see what it is. Okay, first I'll import the packages. Polyglot. Okay, from Polyglot we have to include text, import capital text comma word. Okay, so we have imported the packages and the modules required. First we'll do language detection. What is language detection? For example, if you go to a Google Translate, okay, you will see detect language, something called as detect language. Okay, so if I write something here like cafe, yeah, so this is an Hindi word. Okay, Hindi word which is getting detected. Similarly for you have something called as this word which is in French. Okay, so when you do that, it is French, it is detecting. So this is the functionality we'll try to implement now, this detection part. So what we'll do is first and foremost text is equal to text of, we have passed our word which we want to detect. Next is text dot detected language, text dot language dot code comma text dot language dot name. Let's see if it detects or not. So detector is not able to detect the language reliably, but it has detected French. So it is detecting the word how Google Translate has detected. Similarly, it is also detecting it. So next what we'll do is we can start off with word embedding. This is a very small video actually, because majority of the functions which we see here, right, in this library is already available in the previous videos which I have shared earlier. So this is will be what will be understanding only the functions which we did not see in the earlier video. Okay, so next I'll get started with word embeddings. So word embeddings, what I'll do is word is equal to word of. So consider you want to find out for particular word what are the different synonyms or related words if you want to find out. Okay, so this is the technique you have to use to find the related words. Okay, this is a kind of finding the synonyms of particular word in a way. Yeah, so consider we are like doing something called as, if I'm searching for Obama, okay, this is an English word. Okay, so here language, I'm giving it as en. Okay, let's see, it will generate something called as an embedding. Let's see what it gives. Okay, it just gives the word. So here if I do, okay, so we are getting here some bunch of options. So what we want to do is the nearest word we want to find out some words which are related to this particular word. Okay, we have something called as dot neighbor. For word in word dot neighbors is equal to print of w. Let's see if this works or not. Okay, it is taking time to run. So under the hood what will happen is it has to match this embedding of this word with other related words and which are closest to it. So it has to find the distance between those two embeddings or two vectors. So that's why it takes time. So by the time it takes, so the amount of time it takes, I can get started with the next thing, which is morphology. So morphology is the study of words or understanding how the words are formed in English language or in generally any language. So this is kind of studying the aspect what the smallest unit in language. Okay, so what I'll do, we already have text we have here. I'll just take another text here. Text is equal to text of, okay, this is run, this has executed. Okay, if we see here the word Obama of in English language, okay, its nearest neighbors are Bush, Reagan, Clinton, all the other leaders which are near to this particular word. Similarly, if you want to search for some other things like beauty, okay, and what are the nearest neighbors to this word? So it has to if you see the amount of time taken due second time, right, it is less because it has to it has already calculated all this in the back end. Actually the model already calculates it. Since we are doing it the first time, it takes time. In the second, it takes very less time. If you see for the word beauty, we have something called as fairies, beauties, laughter, nude, seduction, desire, pleasure. Okay, all these are nearest neighbor because these words, right, they almost appear in some context together often. That's why these are the nearest neighbors for this particular word. So let's go back to what morphology. As I said, morphology is the study of word, or you can think in terms of how the words are formed in a language. For example, let's see, text processing is a text processing is a basic technique before applying. Let's keep it simple. Actually, what I'll do is pre-processing is essential in NLP. Okay, this is the text, and here, so there is something called as, if you see right in the earlier videos we have talked about tokenization. So here also we can do tokenization by just doing this words dot words. We have something called as words. Okay, this will do the tokenization part. So what we'll do next is for morphology, we'll just take the first word. Okay, and then we'll do morphemes. Okay, morphemes. Let's see if it works or not. So if you see here, by doing morphemes, we are breaking down this particular word into its most basic unit form. How this word was formed, pre-processing. So this is what morphology does. Actually, it helps us in understanding how the units are formed in any language. So this is helpful in some of the aspects like recognition of language or automation, auto generation of language. It is helpful, this particular technique. So we have seen morphology. Now we have seen embedding, language detection, and next we'll see about transliteration. So what is transliteration? From Polyglot we have to import transliteration. Okay, from that we have to import transliteration again. Yeah, so what we'll do, so transliteration is a technique. What we do is, in this, consider you have written a word in English and you want to write that same word in your language. Okay, so it is not like translation, but it is like converting some word in some other language, the same word in your language. For example, let's create a transliterator. Transliterator is equal to transliterator dot translate. Let's see what on all the functions it. Okay, we just have to pass any word, I guess. Okay, so what I'll do is source, I guess source language we have to give. Let's see in the library itself how this is mentioned actually. Polyglot. Okay, let's see, we have transliteration, then we have text.blob transliterator. So this is not enough. Let's go back to this one. So here, let's see. So this is the way to mention in which language we want to convert. So let's do this one. Okay, we have created our translator. What we want to do is from English. Okay, so let's see what is the syntax. Okay, so this is done. We have initialized our transliterator, which will convert our English word into Russian. Okay, something called as good. In Russia it's not callable, so one second. Then we have something. Then we have to give translator. Okay, here we have to give transliterator. Transliterate. Okay, so if you see, this is how it generates. Though I don't know Russia, let's see, just hope this is correct. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll turn this target language into Hindi. Okay, now let's see, the good should be, it should be in Hindi. Yeah, so we are seeing the language. Yeah, it is translated. The word good is written good in this. In English, Hindi can be written like this. Similarly for word carpet, let's see how it translates. Carpet, yeah, it's correct actually. Yeah, so similarly you can translate English word in your language how it has to be written. It's not translation, but it is transliterator. So we are almost done with our video. So we just saw what some basic modules in this library. So if you liked this video, just subscribe to the channel, and I'll be posting few more detailed lessons on each of these topics: how to generate a word embeddings, or what is transliterations, how it is done in the backend. Okay, how to build a custom word embeddings. Okay, so we'll look at those topics again.